Okay, guys. Good afternoon. Okay, it's 3 p.m. And alam nyo naman, pag 3 p.m., lagi tayong may live discussion. So, this is our last learning objective, okay, for this week. So, I hope for the last 6 days, okay, of this week, at least meron akong na-impart na knowledge sa inyo. Okay? So, for today, our discussion is the general, okay, discussion about fundamentals of accounting. So, huwag na nating patagalin. Simulan na natin by defining what is accounting. Okay? Definition, okay, of accounting and how accounting works. Okay? Accounting is the process of recording financial transactions pertaining to a business. The accounting process includes summarizing, analyzing, and reporting these transactions to oversight agencies, regulators, and tax collection entities. The financial statements used in accounting are a concise summary of financial transactions over an accounting period, summarizing a company's operations, financial position, and cash flow. Okay? The short definition, okay, of accounting, okay, is the process of recording, okay, financial transactions. Okay? Okay? Pertaining to business. Okay? And how does accounting works? Accounting is one of the key functions for almost any business. It may be handled by a bookkeeper or an accountant at a small firm, or by sizable finance departments with dozens of employees at larger companies. These reports generated by various streams of accounting, okay, such as cost accounting and managerial accounting, are invaluable in helping management make informed business decisions. Okay? That's how accounting works. Okay? Now, let's proceed to history. Okay? History of accounting. San ba nagmula yung accounting na yan? Okay? So, by knowing where does accounting starts, okay, the history of accounting has been around almost as long as money itself. Accounting history dates back to ancient civilizations in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Babylon. Okay? For example, during the Roman Empire, the government had detailed records of their finances. However, modern accounting as a profession, okay, has only been around since the early 19th century. Okay? Ang ating tatay, okay, sa accounting, si Tatay Pacioli, Luca Pacioli, okay, is considered the father of accounting and bookkeeping due to his contributions to the development of accounting as a profession. Okay? So, huwag yung kalimutan kung sino yung tatay natin sa accounting, okay, and bookkeeping. Okay? Si Tatay Luca Pacioli. Okay? Luca Pacioli, okay? an Italian mathematician and friend, okay, of Leonardo da Vinci. Sino si Leonardo da Vinci? Si Leonardo da Vinci, okay, siya yung sikat na libro, yung Da Vinci Code. Okay? Meron siyang code. Okay? Pacioli published, okay, a book on the double entry system of bookkeeping, okay, in 1494. Okay? By 1880, the modern profession of accounting was fully formed. Okay? So, bale, na parang, kumbaga sa bahay, fully furnished. Okay? Yung accounting as a modern profession. Okay? And recognized by the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. Okay? This institute created many of the systems by which accountants practice today. Okay? The formation of the institute occurred, okay, in large part due to the Industrial Revolution. Okay? Merchants, okay, not only needed to track their records, okay, but sought, okay, to avoid bankruptcy as well. Okay? Therefore, okay, that is the history, okay, of accounting. Okay? Now, let's proceed to types of accounting. Okay? We have 3 types of accounting. Okay? The first one is financial accounting. Okay? And what is financial accounting? Okay? Financial accounting refers to the processes used to generate interim and annual financial statements. Okay? The results of all financial transactions that occur during an accounting period are summarized in the balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement. Okay? The financial statements of most companies are audited annually by an external CPA firm. Okay? For some, such as publicly traded companies, audits are a legal requirement. Okay? However, lenders also typically require the results of an external audit annually as part of their debt covenants. Okay? Therefore, most companies will have annual audits, okay, for one reason or another. Okay? So, in short, financial accounting, okay, is a process, okay, used to generate, okay, interim, okay, and annual financial statements. Okay? The second type of accounting is managerial accounting or management accounting. Okay? Now, management accounting uses much of the same data as financial accounting. Okay? But it organizes, okay, and utilizes information in different ways. Okay? Ang pagkakaiba ng financial accounting sa management accounting, whereas financial accounting, okay, is used for external purposes, while management accounting, okay, ito yung internal. Okay? Internal siya. Internal user ng financial statement. Okay? While I said external, okay, external user, okay, of financial statement. Okay? Namely, in managerial accounting, an accountant generates monthly or quarterly reports that a businesses management team can use to make decisions about how the business operates. Okay? Sila yung nagpaplano ng costs. Okay? Sila yung nagdi-desisyon. Okay? Managers. Okay? Sila yung nagdi-desisyon sa future ng isang company. Okay? Managerial accounting also encompasses many other facets of accounting, including budgeting, forecasting, and various financial analysis tools. Okay? Like what I've said. Okay? Management accounting, okay, is a type of accounting that involve decision making. Okay? Essentially, any information that may be useful to management falls underneath this umbrella. Okay? So, that was the first two. Okay? And the last type of accounting is a cost accounting. Okay? Cost accounting, okay, just as managerial accounting helps businesses make decisions about management. Okay? Cost accounting helps businesses make decisions about costing. Okay? Si cost accounting naman, okay, ang ganap niya, okay, ang ganap niya sa isang kumpanya is yung about the cost. Okay? Yung mga costing nung company, okay, for better decisions, okay, para malaman, okay, ng manager, okay, kung dapat bang ganito yung cost or hindi, or liitan, mga something like that. Okay? Essentially, cost accounting considers all of the costs related to producing a product. Okay? Again, the only thing that you will remember in cost accounting, okay, is the costs. Okay? Yun ang ina-account, okay, sa cost accounting. And cost accounting, okay, in my own understanding, okay, this is the study of manufacturing company. Okay? Analysis, okay, managers, business owners, and accountants, okay, use this information, okay, to determine what their products should be, okay, cost. Okay? In cost accounting, okay, money is cast as an economic factor in production, whereas in financial accounting, money is considered to be a measure of a company's economic performance. Okay? So, that is the three types, okay, of accounting. Now, let me introduce to you, okay, the GAAP. Okay? Introduction to GAAP. Okay? What is GAAP? Okay? GAAP, okay, generally accepted accounting principles, okay, are a set of rules, okay, that encompass the details, complexities, and legalities of business and corporate accounting. Okay? Generally accepted accounting principles, okay, is a standard. Okay? The Financial Accounting Standards Board uses GAAP, okay, as the foundation for its comprehensive set of approved accounting methods, okay, and practices. Okay? Is this GAAP required? Kailangan ba natin ang GAAP? Yes. Okay? Why? Why do we need GAAP? Okay? In most cases, accountants use generally accepted accounting principles when preparing financial statements. Okay? By the way, I discussed yesterday, okay, PAS1, okay, presentation, okay, of financial statement, okay. When preparing financial statements in the US GAAP is a set of standards, okay, and principles designed to improve the comparability and consistency of financial reporting across industries. Okay, that's the reason why we need, or why is GAAP required, okay, for most companies. Okay, its standards, okay, are based on double entry accounting, a method in which every accounting, okay, transaction is entered as both a debit and credit in two separate general ledger accounts that will roll up into the balance sheet and income statement. Okay? Kaya po sa mga kumukuha pa lang, okay, ng basic accounting, okay, as you encounter worksheet, okay, as you encountered worksheet, the only thing that you need to prepare is balance sheet and income statement. Yung changes in equity, okay, and cash flow, okay, is consider siya, okay, pagka nagawa mo na yung balance sheet and income statement, okay. Kasi po, yung owner's equity, okay, yung balance po na nasa balance sheet is presented, okay, in the statement of changes in equity. Okay? So, sa income statement naman po, okay, yung net income or profit, okay, for the year, ganyan, ano po siya sa cash flow statement. Okay? So, yun po, okay, ang reason kung bakit required si GAAP. Okay? Next, let's discuss double entry system. Okay? Double entry system, okay, was established, okay, or formed by our father. Okay? Who's our father earlier? What is his name? Luca Pacioli. Okay? Siya po ang nag-create ng double entry system. Okay? Now, what is double entry system? Okay? Double entry system, okay? To illustrate, imagine a business sends an invoice to one of its clients. Okay? An accountant, okay, using the double entry, okay, or the debit and credit, records a debit to accounts receivables, which flows through to the balance sheet, and a credit to sales revenue, which flows through to the income statement. Okay? When the client pays the invoice, the accountant credits, okay, accounts receivables and debit cash. Okay? Double entry accounting is also called balancing the books. Okay? As all of the accounting entries, okay, journal entries, adjusting entries, and reversal entries, okay, are balanced against each other. Okay? If the entries aren't balanced, okay, the accountant knows there must be a mistake somewhere in the general ledger. Okay? mas madaling makikita yung mistake, okay, pagka may sistema ka ng double entry system. Okay? Yun po ang use, okay, or ang gamit ng double entry system. Okay? Bakit po tayo may debit and credit? Okay? Now, example, okay? Illustration of double entry system. Let's have this transaction, okay? On November 1, the company purchased equipment, okay, on account amounting to 20,000, okay? Before I continue, I will discuss first, okay, what type of transaction is this, okay? Purchase, as usual, on account, okay, liability, okay? Now, how do we record this? Okay? Using double entry system. We debit equipment and we credit accounts payable. Okay? That two accounts, okay, the only affected statement, okay, financial statement is the balance sheet. Okay? So, that is the example, okay, illustration of double entry system. Okay? Now, papaano ba nakakaapekto, okay, yung debit and credit? Okay? Isa-isahin po natin. Okay? Yan pong nakikita nyo, okay, yan po yung epekto, okay, ng debit and credit sa elements of financial statement. Okay? Pag po sinabing elements of financial statement, ito po yung assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses. Okay? Pero sa mga normal transactions, okay, yung journal entries, okay, the usual nag-i-increase at nagdi-decrease is the asset and liability. Okay? But for equity, revenue, and expenses, okay, nag-i-increase or nagdi-decrease lang siya kapag ka merong adjustment. Okay? So, later, okay, I will discuss further, okay, these elements of financial statement. Okay? For now, okay, for the sake of effect of the debit and credit, okay, this is how affects, okay, the debit and credit. Okay? Okay. Now, let's have, okay, business organizations. Okay? Business organizations that we have are 5. Okay? But the primary, okay, organizations, okay, that we know is 3. Okay? Okay, let's discuss the 5, okay, 5 business organizations that we have. Okay? First, we have a sole proprietorship, okay, or yung pinag-aaralan natin, okay, dito, okay, sa fundamentals of accounting. Okay? Okay? Sole proprietorship, okay, referred to as a sole or single trader or a proprietorship, okay, or business, is an unincorporated business that has just one owner who pays personal income tax, okay, on profits earned from the business. Okay? Yun po ang sole proprietorship or single, okay, business owner. Okay? many sole proprietors do business under their own names. Okay? As you experience problems, okay, in your modules, nakikita nyo lagi, for example, my name, okay, Mr. Rex Ocampo, okay, invested his business, okay, something like that, okay, yun yung sinasabi nito, okay, that under their own names, okay, because creating a separate business or trade name isn't necessary, okay, kasi single kasi siya, okay, single lang siya, okay, kaya mas maganda gamitin na yung pangalan niya, okay, para makilala yung business niya, okay, and makilala rin siya, okay. Okay, next, business organization. The second business organization is partnership, okay. Okay, partnership, the definition, okay, that I provide is from, okay, the Civil Code, okay, from the Civil Code of the Philippines, okay, Article 1767, okay, partnership law, okay, under Article 76, okay, partnership by the contract of partnership, okay, two or more persons bind themselves to contribute money, property, or industry to a common fund with the intention of dividing the profits among themselves, okay. Again, partnership, okay, has or have, okay, the coverage under the law, okay, cover siya ng partnership law, okay. So meron tayong sinusunod, okay, pag mag-perform, okay, ng isang partnership, kasi ang partnership, okay, by the contract, and that means, okay, by the contract, papasok ka sa isang agreement, okay. Yun po ang partnership, okay. Two or more persons, okay, may also form a partnership for the exercise of a profession, okay. For example, okay, auditing firms, okay, pwede mag-partner yan, okay. Yun po ang example nito, okay. Next, okay, the third, okay, business organization is the corporation. Okay? Ano bang mga sikat, okay, sa atin ngayon, okay? Yung mga alam natin na sikat na korporasyon, madami yan, okay? Pero ang laging ginagamit na example, okay, is San Miguel Corporation. 'Di ba? Kasi sobrang laki kasi ng San Miguel Corporation. Okay? Now, what is corporation? Okay? By the way, meron din tayong tinatawag, okay, na corporation law. Okay? A corporation is a legal form of business, okay, that is separate from its owners. Okay? By the way po, difference ng partnership sa corporation, okay? Partnership, okay, have an obligation, okay? But in corporation, okay, as you notice, separate from its owners. Okay? So, pagka titingnan mo, okay, yung balance sheet ng isang corporation, okay, ang title, shareholders equity. Okay? Not capital. Kasi pag sinabi mong capital, owners yun. Owners equity. Okay? So, in other words, it's a business that is a separate legal entity from its shareholders. Okay? They purchase the stock, okay? And legally own the assets of the business. Okay? Yun po ang tatlong primary known business organization. Okay? And then, ito pong dalawa, okay, na i-discuss ko, okay, is the additional 2 of the 5 business organization that we have, that I want to discuss, okay? The fourth one, okay, business organization, is the limited liability company. Okay? Limited liability company, okay? In USA, okay, are hybrid forms of business that have characteristics of both, okay, corporation and partnership. Okay, meaning meron siyang characteristic ng corporation at partnership. Okay? Kung paano mag-operate si partnership at corporation, ganun din ang limited liability. Okay? Okay? Limited liability company is not incorporated. Okay? Hence, it is not considered a corporation. Naintindihan po? Okay? The owners enjoy limited liability like in a corporation. Okay? An limited liability company may elect to be taxed as a sole proprietorship, partnership, or corporation. Okay? So, the last one of the 5 is the cooperatives. Okay? Cooperatives. A cooperative is a business organization owned by a group of individuals, and it's operated for their mutual benefit. Okay? The persons making up the group are called members. Okay? Cooperatives may be incorporated or unincorporated. Okay? Some examples of cooperatives are water and electricity. Okay? Cooperatives. Water and electricity. Si Maynilad, si Meralco. Okay? Cooperatives yan. Okay? Cooperative banking. Okay? Credit unions, okay, and housing cooperatives. Okay? Yan po ang mga examples ng cooperatives. Okay? Now, na-discuss na natin, okay, yung 5 klase ng business organizations. Okay? Ngayon naman po, atin naman pong i-discuss ang business operations. Okay? Paano ba, okay, anong klaseng business operation meron ba, okay, yung business organization? Again, i-discuss natin kung ano bang klaseng business operation meron yung business organization. Okay? In this discussion, business operation, okay, meron po tayong 4. Okay? Pero, yung 3, okay, yun po yung pinaka importante na malaman. Okay? So first, okay, business operation is service operation. Okay? Service operation, okay, business operation, either be a sole proprietor, okay, consultant, or a partnership, or a corporation. Okay? Now, what is service business operation? Okay? A service type of business provides intangible products. Okay? What is intangible? Hindi mo nahahawakan. Okay? Or hindi mo nakikita. Pero nararamdaman mo. Di ba? Yun ang intangible. Okay? Products with no physical form. Okay? Service type firms offer professional skills, okay? Expertise, advice, and other similar products, okay? The best example of service, business operation, is consultancy, okay? Examples of service businesses are salons, repair shops, schools, banks, accounting firms, and law firms. Okay? So next, second type of business operation is merchandising business operation. Okay? I discussed this. Okay? This is the first discussion that we had this week. Okay? So, I will define only the merchandising here. Okay? Merchandising business operation. Okay? This is the type of business buys products at wholesale price and sells the same at retail price. Okay? Pero ang short definition niyan, sinabi ko dun sa discussion natin under this discussion, merchandising business operation, buy and sell of goods or service. Okay? They are also, okay, known as buy and sell businesses. Okay? They make profit by selling the products at prices higher than their purchase cost. Okay? A merchandising business sells a product without changing its form. Okay? Examples are grocery stores, convenience store, okay? Distributors, and other resellers. Okay? So next, the third business operation, okay, is manufacturing, okay, business operation. Okay? Unlike a merchandising business, a manufacturing business buys products with the intention of using them as materials in making a new product. Okay? There is a transformation of the products purchased. A manufacturing business combines raw materials, labor, and overhead cost in its production process. Ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina, okay, sa three types of accounting, yung cost accounting. Okay? Ito po yun. Manufacturing business operation po ang usual na usual business operation sa cost accounting. Okay? The manufactured goods will then be sold to customers. Okay? Now, we all know the three business operations. Okay? Ito pong pang-apat na sinabi ko is the hybrid or mix. Okay? Pwede pong service siya, in the same time, merchandising. Okay? Or pwede namang merchandising. Okay? And manufacturing. Or both. Okay? Parang okay. Hybrid businesses are companies that may be classified in more than one type of business. Okay? A restaurant, for example, combines ingredients in making a fine meal. Okay? Manufacturing. 'Di ba? Kasi nagluluto ka eh. Okay? Gumagawa ka ng product. Okay? Sells a cold bottle of wine. Okay? Merchandising. Okay? And fills customer orders. Okay? Yan po ang best example ng isang hybrid, okay, or mix business operation. Okay? Ngayon, okay? Dito na po nagsisimula ang totoong discussion, okay, ng fundamentals of accounting. Okay, let's start with this discussion, elements, okay, of financial statement. Ngayon po, bago po tayo pumunta ng accounting cycle, dapat po muna nating malaman kung ano po ba yung mga nasa financial statement. Okay? Ang elements po, okay, of financial statement have 5 elements. Okay? The first one is the asset. Okay? And what is asset? Okay? Asset, okay, is a resource with economic value that an individual, corporation, or country owns or controls with the expectation that it will provide a future benefit. Okay? Sa Tagalog po ang Tagalog po ng asset, okay, pagmamay-ari. Okay? Pagmamay-ari na meron kang makukuhang benefit in the future. Okay? Okay, assets are reported on a company's balance sheet, okay? And are bought, okay, or created to increase a firm's value or benefit the firm's operations. Okay? So, the second element, okay, of financial statement is the liability. Okay? Now, what is liabilities or liability? A liability is something a person or company owes, usually a sum of money. Okay? Now, in Tagalog, ang liability po, either utang, okay? Or obligasyon, okay? Pag po sinabing obligasyon, okay, either contract po, okay? Recorded, okay, on the right side of the balance sheet, liabilities include loans, accounts payable, mortgages, deferred revenues, bonds, warranties, and accrued expenses. Okay? Yun po ang mga examples ng liability. Okay? Liabilities. So, next, the third element, okay, of financial statement is the equity. Okay? But, okay, the equity, okay, have two different types of equity. Okay? Okay, what is equity? Equity, okay, is what, okay, it's what's left over for the owner after you've subtracted all the liabilities from the assets. Okay? So, as I mentioned, meron po tayong dalawang klaseng equity. Okay? Yung una po, okay, is the owner's equity. And what is owner's equity? Owner's equity is essentially the owner's rights to the assets of the business. Okay? While the second type of equity is the shareholder's equity. Okay? Shareholder's equity, okay, is the owner of the shares from a corporation. Okay? Bale po, okay, ang gumagamit ng owner's equity is sole proprietorship and partnership. Okay? And ang gumagamit po ng shareholders equity, okay, is corporation. Okay? Yun po, okay, ang equity. The fourth element, okay, is the revenue. Okay? And what is revenues? Revenue is the income generated from normal business operations and includes discounts and deductions for returned merchandise. Okay? It is the top line or gross income figure from which costs are subtracted to determine net income. Okay? Ito po yung top line item sa income statement. Okay? Now, the last, okay, is the expenses. Okay? Now, expenses is the cost of operations that a company incurs to generate revenue. Okay? Pinagkagastusan mo. Okay? Pinagkagastusan ng company. Okay? Yun po ang expenses. Okay? businesses can write off tax-deductible expenses on their income tax returns, okay, provided that they meet, okay, the guidelines, okay, IRS guidelines, okay. Yung guidelines po na yan is came from, okay, America's guideline, okay. Accountants, okay, record expenses through one of two accounting methods, okay, cash basis or accrual basis. Pag po sinabing accrual basis, okay, ito po yung sa adjusting natin. Okay? By the way po, cash basis and accrual basis will discuss further, okay, in FAR or intermediate accounting. Okay? Or sometimes, cash basis and accrual basis discuss further in auditing problems. Okay? So, that was the 5 elements of financial statements. Now, let's proceed to examples of accounts of each element. Okay? Let's have first assets. Okay? Now, assets. Example, accounts that involve assets, okay, accounts is financial assets, okay. And what is the financial assets? Okay, cash and cash equivalents, financial instruments, trade and other receivables. Okay, that was a financial assets. Okay? And financial assets is called also as in current, okay, current assets. Okay? Now, second accounts, okay, of assets is the tangible assets, okay, or with physical form, okay? For example, of tangible assets, equipment, machinery, building, land. That is the example of tangible assets, okay? And intangible assets, okay? The intangible assets, okay? For example, copyright, okay, trademark, okay, that is the example of intangible assets, okay. So, that was the examples, okay, of accounts, okay, under assets. Now, let's proceed to liabilities. Example accounts under liabilities, payables, okay, accounts payable, notes payable, okay, loans payable, mortgage payable, forever payable, okay? Accruals, okay? Accrued expense or accrued revenue, okay? Then deferrals, okay? Deferrals, okay? In adjusting entries, discussion, have elements, okay? And example of deferrals is deferred expense and deferred revenue, okay? Later on, we will discuss adjusting entries, okay? Under the discussion, accounting cycle. Okay? So, next. Okay, equity. Okay? Owners, okay? Or shareholders, okay? Now, the examples that I provide here in the discussion was the shareholders' equity. Okay? Accounts. For example, ordinary shares, preference shares, dividends. Okay? In owners naman, owners equity, okay? The most common example, okay, of this equity account, okay, yung mismong capital, okay, yung capital ng may-ari, Okay? Owner's capital. Okay? Next, revenues. Example accounts. Rent revenue. Professional fee revenue. Okay? Then, next, expenses. Okay? Expenses. Okay? Examples, account, okay? Example of expenses are advertising expense, salaries expense, insurance expense, miscellaneous expense, utilities expense. Okay? Or brain expense. Ay, wala pala nun. Kidding aside. Okay? Normal balance. Okay. Dapat po nating malaman din ito. Okay? Ano po ba, okay, yung magiging epekto pagka nag-journalize ka? Okay? Normal balance of the elements. Okay? The elements, okay, have their normal balance. Okay? Assets and expense is debit. Okay? And the liability, equity, and revenue is credit. Okay? Ngayon po, didiscuss ko, okay, kung alin lang po ang naapektuhan ng normal transactions. Okay? Ang naapektuhan lang po, okay, ng normal transactions is yung assets and yung liabilities. Pagdating po sa owner's equity, revenue, and expenses, okay, adjustments po ang nagpapa-increase or decrease sa element po na yun. Okay, again, assets and liabilities are increase or decrease in a normal transactions. Okay, while equity, revenue, and expenses by adjustments. Okay? So, next, account relationship. Okay? Account relationship pertains to permanent and temporary. Okay? When you say temporary, permanent, okay? Sometimes, permanent calls real accounts. Okay? And these real accounts is shown in the balance sheet. Okay? And what is the permanent accounts? Permanent accounts, okay, is asset, liabilities, and equity. Okay? Now, what is temporary? Or sometimes it calls nominal accounts. Okay? This term, temporary or nominal accounts is shown, okay, in the income statement. And what are those nominal accounts? The revenue and expenses. Okay? Yun po ang account relationship. Okay? So, ang pinaka, okay, talagang pinag-aaralan sa fundamentals of accounting or basic accounting. Okay? The cycle. Okay? Accounting cycle. Or it's sometimes called normal operating cycle. Okay? And this accounting cycle, okay, definition, is a series of sequential steps during each accounting period to record, okay, journalize, store, okay, posting to the ledger, and report the accounting information, FS, contained in its transactions. Okay? Yun po ang accounting cycle definition or it talks about. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the 10 major steps of accounting cycle and the objectives of each steps. Okay? Let's proceed to number 1. Okay? Step number 1, identifying transactions and events. Objective, to analyze transactions and events for proper journalizing entries. Okay? Ang pinakamadaling paraan po sa pag-identify ng transaction, okay, or pag-analyze is by reading it and search for the root words of the transactions. Okay? Ganun po, okay? Ang pinakamadaling paraan ng pag-a-identify or pag-a-analyze ng transactions. Okay? Para mas mabilis mo ma-journalize. Okay? Or gawa ng journal entry, which is, okay, before we proceed to step 2, okay, of journal entries, let's have example first, transactions. Okay? These are the examples, okay, of transactions. Okay? By the way, transactions, okay, is required to be chronological. Okay? Chronological transaction. Or, dapat ang transaction is magkakasunod-sunod. Okay? Assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses. Ganun po dapat nakapresent ang transactions, okay, sa mga problems. Minsan, okay, nirarumble-rumble ang transactions. Okay? So, dapat ayusin, ang dapat mong gawin is ayusin siya. Okay? Para mas madali mong journalize, okay, or ma-journal entry lahat ng transaction from asset to expense. Okay? So, let's proceed to step 2, journal entries. Okay? Kapag na-identify mo na, okay, yung transaction, what kind of transaction, okay, you journalize. Okay? And by journalizing, okay, you using double entry system. Okay? Yung kaninang pinag-usapan natin. Okay? And the objective of journal entries, okay, to classify, okay, what type of ito po, okay, pinakamadaling paraan ng pag-journalize. Okay? Pag nalaman mo na po, okay, na-identify or na-analyze mo na ng maayos yung transaction, okay, ang sunod mo po is, 'di ba, journal entries. Okay? To classify, okay, alamin mo muna sa sarili mo ano bang dapat kung ano bang maaapektuhang elements. Okay? Ano bang maaapektuhang elements? Asset ba? Liability? Equity? Revenue? Or expenses? Okay? In that guide, okay, maka-classify mo siya ng maayos, okay? And then pagka alam mo na, okay, for example, asset yung maapektuhan, anong type of anong account ng asset, okay? Yun naman yung account, yun yung ire-record mo. Okay? So, example, okay? Journal entries example is like this, okay? The transaction that I post it earlier, okay, is, okay, all the transactions is this, okay? This is the journal entries of the transaction. Okay? Now, let's proceed to step 3. Okay? Step 3 is posting to the ledger. Okay? By the way, I name it posting to the ledger kasi po meron tayong dalawang tawag ng ledger, tinatawag na ledger. Okay? Yung isa po is general ledger. And then yung isa naman, subsidiary ledger, or mas kilala sa tawag na T account. Okay? Ano bang objective ng posting to the ledger? To transfer the amount recorded from journal entries. Okay? Yung po pong pinaka-objective. Okay? Lahat ng journal entries mo, okay, ita-transfer mo. Okay? para ma-sort out, okay? Para makapag-prepare ka ng unadjusted trial balance. Okay? So, next. Okay? This step is using two kinds. Yun nga po yung sinasabi ko. General and subsidiary. Okay? Now, example. Okay? For the example of this step, okay, I use subsidiary, okay, ledger. Okay? By the way, before you post, you need to have a chart of accounts. Okay? And the chart of accounts, okay, para saan ba ang chart of accounts? Okay, index, okay, of all the financial accounts in the general ledger or in the subsidiary ledger of a company. Okay? In short, it is an organizational tool that provides a digestible breakdown of all the financial transactions that a company conducted during a specific accounting period, broken down into subcategories. Okay? Again, chart of accounts, okay, is an organizational tool, okay, para mabilis nilang ma-identify, okay, kung anong account, okay, yung nakapost, okay? So, as I mentioned earlier, I use subsidiary ledger, okay, or T account, okay? Now, this is the example of subsidiary ledger. Okay? Per account. Okay? Per account. Ang pagkuha ng balance. Okay? Now, as you can see, meron kang nakikitang 101. Diba? Yang 101 na yan, okay? Yan yung tinatawag nating chart of accounts. Okay? So, yan po. Okay? Ang step 3. Okay? Posting to the ledger. Next. Punta po tayo. Okay? Sa unadjusted trial balance. Okay? Which is the step 4 of the accounting cycle. Okay? And the objective of this, to highlight, okay, if debit and credit, okay, is equal, and to have a starting point for adjustments, or yung critical point ng accounting cycle, adjustment or adjusting entry. Okay? Now, example of adjusted trial balance. By the way, the only presented in the worksheet, okay, is the financial statement, okay, not the trial balance, because this trial balance is used only, okay, what amounts and accounts that will enter and presented in the financial statement, okay, but, okay, okay, and when you present, okay, financial statement, okay, you need to specify in the upper part, okay, like this, okay, the name of the owner, okay, or the name of the company, okay, name of the company, the upper part, and then in the middle part, okay, what type of financial statement you presented, okay, for example, like this, okay, and then kailan or yung period, okay, kailan natapos, okay. So ayan, okay, yung discussion po na ito, yung tatlong ito, okay, is pertaining po, okay, sa financial statement presentation, okay. Again, name of the company, what statement is presented, okay, and reporting period, okay. Now, let's have the critical part. Okay? The adjusting entries or step 5 of accounting cycle. Okay? Adjusting entries objective to adjust for deferrals, accruals, estimations, and other events that occurs, okay, after journal entries. Okay? By its objective, dapat alam natin, okay, na yung adjusting entries, okay, is pagkatapos ng journal entries, okay? Kasi may mga ginornalize ka, okay, na kailangan mong i-adjust, okay? For example, yan, deferrals, accruals, okay, depreciation, okay? So, let me give you an example of adjusting entries. And this is example, okay, of adjusting entry is, okay, a deferral, okay, deferred expense, okay. And the method used in this particular example, okay, is asset method. Okay? Deferrals, okay? Deferrals have two, okay, classification. Deferred expense and deferred revenue. Okay? Under deferred expense, okay? By the way, deferrals, okay? In Tagalog, nagbayad ka, hindi mo pa nagamit. Okay? Again, deferrals in Tagalog, nagamit, binayaran mo, hindi mo pa nagamit. Okay? So, by defining in Tagalog, I hope mas clear sa inyo, okay, yung ibig sabihin ng deferrals. Okay? So, deferrals, okay, as I mentioned, merong dalawa, deferred expense and deferred revenue. And for the two, okay, types of deferrals, meron din silang different methods. Okay? Sa deferred expense, okay, gumagamit tayo ng asset method at expense method. Okay? Ang lagi mong tatandaan pag gumamit ng asset method, okay, is laging nakadebit, okay, si expense. Okay? Pag asset method. Pag expense method naman, lagi mong tatandaan na nakaka-credit si expense. Okay? Bakit? Okay? Sa asset method, ang dapat nating malaman, okay, is yung nagamit, okay, nagamit na portion, okay, incurred portion or used portion, okay, while in expense method, ang hinahanap natin, okay, sa expense method, ang hinahanap natin is yung unused, okay, unused or yung hindi mo pa nagagamit, okay, na gagamitin mo pa sa susunod. Okay? And this adjusting, okay, is subject to reversal. Okay? So, that is deferrals. Okay? Deferred expense. Pagka naman, okay, deferred revenue, okay, like deferred expense, meron din siyang methods, okay, of recording the adjusting. Liability method and income method. Lagi mong tatandaan, okay, sa income, sa liability method, ang laging si income, okay, si income under liability method, dapat credit si income. Okay? Credit dapat si income pag liability method. Okay? And ano ba yung dinedetermine mo? Okay? Ang dinedetermine mo, okay, Sa liability method, okay, deferred revenue, ang dinedetermine is yung earned, okay, earned portion, okay, yung earned portion, okay, while in income method, okay, of deferred revenue, okay, always the income is on the debit side, okay, and income method determines, okay, the unearned, okay, unearned portion, okay. So yun po ang deferrals, okay. Deferred expense, okay, has a method, asset method and expense method. Asset method, okay, determines use portion, while expense method, okay, determines unused, okay, portion, while in deferred revenue, okay, has two methods, okay, liability method, okay, and liability method, okay, determines the earned portion, and while the income method, okay, determines the unearned portion, okay. So ganun po sa deferrals, okay. Now, accrued, okay. By the way, we are following, okay, the accrual basis, okay, of accounting, okay. Kung gusto nyong ma-deep down, okay, yung discussion ng adjusting entries, meron na po tayong video about adjusting entries, okay. Nasa YouTube ko na po yan, okay, YouTube channel, subscribe na rin po kayo, okay. So yun po, okay. Ang adjusting entries, okay. Now, after adjustments, okay, after you adjust all the necessary adjustments, you must prepare the step 6, which is the adjusted, okay, adjusted trial balance, okay. Objective of step 6, like in step 4, okay, highlight, okay, equality of debit and credit after adjusting entries. Yung step 4, okay, after you post, okay, after you post the balances, okay, from the ledger, okay, while the adjusted trial balance after adjustments, okay. Now, example of adjusted trial balance, okay, like in unadjusted, may ganyan siya, okay, then like this, okay. By the way, by presenting, okay, sa worksheet, okay, yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng accounts, dapat mauuna yung assets, pangalawa yung liabilities, pangatlo yung equity, pang-apat yung revenue, at panglima, okay, yung expenses, okay, para madali mong ma-sort out sa balance sheet at sa income statement, okay. Now, let's proceed, okay. Presentation, okay, or preparation of financial statement, okay, step 7. And what's the objective of preparation of financial statements? Okay, to provide information, okay. Bakit tayo nagpe-prepare ng financial statement? Okay, para makapag-provide tayo ng information sa ating mga users, okay. And ilan ba yung users? Dalawa, okay. External, internal, okay. Now, example, okay. Yan, users of financial statements. Okay? Users of financial statements is this. Okay? Like what I've said, two users. Okay? External, internal. When you say external users, okay, we have two groups. Okay? The financing group and the public group. For the financing group, okay, we have investors, okay, lenders, and suppliers. Okay? While in the public group, okay, government agencies, employees, customers, okay, and others. Okay? While the financial statement is used by the internal users, okay, management group, okay, board of directors, partners, managers, officers. Okay? Kaya siya ginagamit, okay, ng board of directors, partners, managers, especially manager and officers, kasi dito nila, okay, mabibuild, okay, yung mga decisions na dapat nilang gawin, okay? So, yan po, okay, ang users of financial statements. So, let's have the example of financial statements. Okay? Again, in the top, okay, corner, name of the company. Okay? In the middle, okay, what statement you reported. Okay? Anong klaseng statement yung nire-report mo or pinipresent mo. Okay? Then, in the bottom part, okay, reporting period. Okay? And then, this. Okay? By the way, this is this is common example of statement of financial position or balance sheet. Okay? Pero sa comprehensive learning ng financial statement, meron na tayo niyan. Okay? Discussion. Okay? PAS1, okay? Presentation, okay, of financial statements. Pakinggan nyo po yun, okay? Sa timeline ko or subscribe kayo sa channel ko, okay? So, yun, okay? This is the other examples, okay? So, let's proceed, okay? Ito po yung minsan, okay? Number 2, okay? Yung adjusting kasi number 1 yun, okay? Frequently asked question. Ito po yung second, frequently asked question. Okay? Closing entries, step 8. Okay? Closing entries po, objective to close all income statement accounts. Okay? Mas klaro po kasi yun, okay? Mas madaling papasok sa isip mo na lahat ng accounts na nasa income statement ay isasara. Okay? For for service, okay? While in the merchandising and manufacturing, the inventory account, okay, will be reversed. Okay? And drawing account, and to transfer net income to retained earnings. Okay? Or income summary pagka service. Okay? So, how to close? Okay? For example, closing entries is this. Okay? As you can see, ganyan po. Okay? Mag-close ng revenue and expenses. Okay? And drawing. Okay? So, let's proceed now. Okay? After closing entries, we have post-closing. Okay? Ngayon po, ang nakapresent na lang sa post-closing trial balance, okay, is the balance sheet accounts. Okay? Including income summary. Okay? Now, this is the example, okay, of post-closing trial balance. Okay? As you can see, wala na tayong revenue and expenses. Kasi yung revenue and expenses, nandun na siya, okay, sa income summary account. Okay? So, yun. Okay? Last step. Okay? Last step is the reversing entries. Okay? This is the last step. But this last step is optional step. Okay? First, what is the objective of reversing? To reverse all accounts. Okay? To its beginning balances after post-closing entries. Okay? Or, yun. Okay? Then, this is an optional step. Okay? I will give you, okay, some one example of reversing. Okay? Inventory. As I said earlier. Okay? Sa closing entry, okay, you close inventory. Okay? To its ending inventory. Okay? To close the ending inventory, you simply debit income summary, and then merchandise inventory, end. Okay? And then, to reverse, okay, you debit merchandise inventory end and credit, okay, income summary. So that, next accounting period, okay, the balance of the merchandise inventory, okay, will be the beginning balance, okay, at the next accounting period. Okay? Yun po, okay, ang isang example, okay, ng reversing entries. Okay? If you want further analyzation, okay, of reversing entries, okay, I will show you, okay, I will teach you in the next discussions. Okay? So, dito ko na po tatapusin ang ating discussion ng fundamentals of accounting. Okay? I hope mas lalo po dumali, okay? Mas lalong naging basic sa inyo, okay? Yung accounting. Okay? Thank you for listening. God bless.